Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. Southampton won their second game on the trot after securing a 1-0 victory over Brighton. In the first half, the Saints had a very good opportunity to score but was stopped by Bernardo. The second half was similar to the first, where Saints scored with the help of Højbjerg's fourth goal of the season. A Hampshire side was victorious at Wembley over the weekend. Portsmouth won the Checkatrade Trophy against Sunderland on penalties 5-4. It finished 2-2 after extra time. It's Pompey's first trophy in 11 years. Over the weekend in India, cricket provided the fans with everything they were looking for in what's considered IPL's best first week. On Saturday, we had the first super over of the season where the Delhi Capitals ended up winning a close contest courtesy of South African speedster Kagiso Rabada. Royal challengers Bangalore were thrashed by Hyderabad while chasing a mammoth total of 232, losing by 118 runs. And the defending champions CSK kept their momentum going with 3 wins in 3 games so far in the tournament. How easy is it to complete an ultramarathon? Chris Davis is the man who thinks he has the answer. Will Fowler reports.
The minute you start and your foot hits the floor, you're just in a different world. Like literally from the minute, you just don't think about anything.
Imagine running just under 4 marathons in one go. Well, Chris Davis did exactly that. Running ultramarathons wasn't his first love though. We met Chris to find out how he first set the pace.
Started running quite just out of sort of necessity really for climbing. Sort of getting older, but not getting much lighter. And just started doing sort of 2-3 mile runs, sort of 3-4 times a week.
The Snowdon Ultramarathon is a 100-mile race reaching an altitude of over 7,400 metres. It is the supreme test of stamina, strong will and mental capability.
I looked at the website for 5 minutes without even asking or talking to Ellie. I just signed up, paid online, and that was it. So it starts off in Betws, and you run through the Gwynedd Forest, around Geirion Earth in Cravnant, the sort of Twin Lakes, down into Crimpiau, into Capel Curig. It's horrible. So in my head instead, I've got it broken down into sections that are manageable, and you can just basically aim to get along these sections. So I've ran the whole thing in 3 now, which I think really helps. It helps living here because you can really get it worked out and you can have your times.
Chris finished 9th in the race and is well into preparation for the Brecon Beacons Ultra in November. He'll be looking to push his way up the leaderboard in the long run. Will Fowler, Solent Sports News.
The Conference Premier was in action on Saturday as a Hampshire side was looking to increase their chances of the playoffs. Gurpreet Singh reports.
Eastleigh had their eyes firmly on the playoffs as they welcomed Hartlepool to the Silver Lake Stadium on Saturday afternoon in their Conference Premier fixture. Last season's meeting between the two at the Silver Lake resulted in 7 goals and a 4-3 victory for Eastleigh, so as you can imagine the fans were excited for this one. And they didn't have to wait long for the first goal after a clever corner from Mark Yates found Ben Williamson in the box, who drilled in an effort from 12 yards, the striker's first start since early February. But Hartlepool were quick to respond and found themselves on level terms after some quick thinking from Mark Kitching, who followed up Luke James's long-range effort. However, it was Eastleigh who finished the first half on top after another Yates' corner was headed down for Alex Winter to poke it past the goalkeeper to make it 2-1 to the home team. The Spitfires started the second half much like the first, scoring their 3rd goal 90 seconds after the whistle. Again, from a corner, Yates' shot was saved by Scott Louch, but only for home debutant Sean Hobson to score in the rebound. However, Hartlepool were not finished and mounted some pressure on the home side after Nick Kabamba headed in the team's second. But Eastleigh held on and claimed a 3-2 victory over Hartlepool, putting them in 7th and in contention for the playoffs, whilst Hartlepool sit in 13th. After the game, continue pushing for wins was the message from Eastleigh manager Ben Strevens.
You know, we've got a couple of games in hand now over the teams around us, but we've got to make the most of them games. If we win our games in hand, well and truly in our own hands. You know, if we win them, we'll have a nice bit of buffer for the team behind us. But we've got to win them games in hand. The 2 games in hand we've got against Barnet on Tuesday night are on a great run, and then Leyton Orient away, you were top of the league the following Tuesday.
After his man of the match performance, Mark Yates was delighted with his team's efforts and believes Eastleigh's attack was important in the game.
First half it was a bit end to end, you know, they had a lot of shots at goal, and we looked a threat when we were on the break. We looked a threat from set pieces, but second half I thought we were probably the better side, and I think we deserved to win.
Despite conceding 2 goals, Eastleigh goalkeeper Luke Southwood wants his teammates to build on the win.
I think we've got to keep winning. I think the results were good for us today. But we have got 2 games in hand, which is like sometimes it's obviously a good thing for us, but sometimes not the best position to be in. So we've got to just make sure we go again Tuesday night and keep winning. And then I think we'll be in there come the end of the season.
With 9 games remaining and 2 games in hand, Eastleigh still have a lot of work to do to make it to the playoffs. Gurpreet Singh, Solent Sports News.
The Nomads Invitational Rugby Sevens team are preparing for their upcoming season at the home of London Irish. Connor Summers has the story.
The Nomads Invitational Sevens team got stuck into their pre-season training at Hazelwood on Sunday. Both male and female teams took to the pitches to prepare for their first matchups of the season in April. Director of Rugby Mike Crump wants his sides to have fun after last season's Super Series disappointment.
On field, I just want them to enjoy what they're doing and enjoy playing together. For the women, it's going out and being that elite athlete that they train so hard every single day to be. And off the field as well, we're working with companies and sponsors who are trying to get them into, you know, further education, different careers, which is great. It just means we're so much more than just a rugby team.
The Nomads, who are pursuing professionalism from the Sevens game, believes training sessions and discussing tactics are vital for the upcoming season.
Kind of stereotypical side of Sevens is that you just turn up to a tournament and play, whereas what we're trying to do is eradicate that kind of barbarian aspect to it and make it professional. So having tournaments and setups and stuff like that, and then having these training sessions all in preparation for it. So the aspect of getting in, running the structures, running the plays, getting everyone to know each other, how they run, how they play, things like that is a massive benefit, especially in the lead up to the season.
Training sessions prove a great way for the Nomads to bond ahead of their upcoming season. Having the right mindset gives them the upper hand on their opponents.
I was coaching women last summer, so it was something pretty dear to me working with such professional athletes in an amateur setting. You know, they had a really good mindset, and I think that was the difference between them and the rest of the teams. And on the men's side, it's going to be good to get the men's elite team back to the standard we were 2 years ago. You know, winners are grinners. We just want to win. That's all we want to do.
With the Nomads' new season fast approaching, their hard work now will set them in good stead for their clash with Old Emmanuel on the 13th of April.
That's it for today. Until next time, Adarsh for Solent Sports News.